All right. So we're kind of changing gears here now, guys. The next question is this. What is the given amount of time a man should date a woman in order to marry, taking into consideration temptations? So what is the given amount of time a man should date a woman in order to marry, taking into consideration temptations? Very practical question.
Not too long.
First answer, not too long.
To put
A time on it.
actual time on it
Yeah.
is
That's beyond our scope.
difficult.
yeah.
But I would say though that prior to courting, the individuals, either male or female, if the desire within them is to get married, that they should be growing in holiness and becoming a good candidate for a spouse, so that when you do come into the relationship or the courting period, where, and it may be for a time because you're growing to know this person, you don't want to let it draw out too much because of the problem of temptation. And you both being mature in the faith as a result of your prior preparation of growing in holiness and wanting to become a candidate, that would kind of put a limit on or stretching it out too much time to get married and to know for certain, because you would know what is God's call upon the man and the woman and what is required for marriage. And I think, again, it comes down to growth in holiness and maturity in order to cut down that so-called length of time to go into marriage.
I think this will probably be my last thing on this question. If it is that you have two Christians, and they're two Christians, we ain't talking about anything else but that,
Yeah.
wanting to be married in a relationship, what is hindering you from getting married?
Yep.
Would be my question. If it is that you're at the point where you think you need to grow in your relationship together, grow in maturity in Christ before you get married, fine. But I can't put a time stamp on that for you. That you will have to work that out as a couple.
Right.
Premarital counseling and whatever else, you'll have to work that out. But we can't say 6 months, 6 years, 5 months, 5 years.
years,
No,
3 years,
it's
whatever.
really up to the two
But as time
individuals.
progresses and temptations may flare, you know, you're really running the risk of sin.
Right.
So that's why, I'm saying growing in holiness is so important to that.
Yeah, answering that question based on the Bible. Well, the question asks, how long should someone date?
What is the given amount of time a man should date a woman in order to marry? So they
Okay.
want to know how long you're supposed to be dating.
All right, well-
if you could give me a time. Yeah.
Right, so we live in the 21st century and we would understand dating, right? But if it is you go through any biblical history, you meet, you don't really see that occurring.
Right.
I mean, you even see it was occurring that some people encountering their wife on the wedding day.
Right.
You know, and arranged marriages happening and stuff like that. So understanding that dating is a modern day expectation and a cultural expectation that we have today.
Right.
So us performing it, I think that we have liberty to perform it. But how it is, if we were to have it done, we will have it governed by scriptural principles.
Right.
So if it is that two young people, obviously a man and a woman, that
Obviously.
they first of all see themselves as wanting to have an end point of being married, that this is not just a fun thing that is occurring here or anything like that,
Yeah.
that the end point is marriage. I think that they should be able to speak to their family, primarily their parents, as well as speak to their elders, tell them to express themselves that, you know, this is my intention. Would you assist in guiding me in reaching this end point of marriage? And I think in that, the time period there is undefinable, because they would be the ones to tell, who could properly assist you and tell you that you can go instantly right there, you know, have arranged marriage, as has been in the case in the Bible, or it could be a year, 2, 3, or a couple of months, who knows?
I think Pastor hit the nail on the head. The couple themselves have to know, and I think I would add that a good, I guess, temperature as to when is a good time is the strength of the friendship, because you're not jumping into the marriage, you're building a relationship. You're knitting yourself together with this other person.
But what is the requirement though? What makes you able to do that? It
Right.
is prior to all of that you're growing in holiness.
Yeah,
That you're
yeah.
pursuing righteousness, so that when you come together, these things become more apparent as to when is that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we've properly dealt with the question.
Yeah, it's like,
So
yeah,
that-
okay.
As Pastor Akel said, not too long.
No, because I don't want to dwell on this topic too much,
That's-
but
that's not a problem.
people, it varies, you know,
It
and it might
varies,
even
it
be
varies,
young
yeah.
couple, it might be middle-aged, and the question is if we have enough money to move into a house, you know, so it depends, it really does.
Oh, marvelous, oh, wonderful is my Savior's love for me.
The Reformed Evangelical Church,